Hi, everyone. Welcome to the webinar. I can see a few faces that we've had here before. If this is not your first Sentz webinar, please drop a message in the Q&A or in the chat box. Just say hi. It's great to have you here. Okay, let's get started. My name is Oluwadamilola Kwaniyo, and this webinar is brought to you by Sentz. We're going to be speaking about starting a career in product marketing from beginner to pro. We're just going to wait for other people to join, so we're going to have a full house while we begin. And once we do that, I'm certain that a lot of people have been here before, so you already know what we do. We have some goodies for you for joining us early. I'm going to be sharing my screen now so that I will talk you through how to win that. Okay, so right now on your screen, you should be seeing a QR code. And you should be seeing something that says get a chance to win $5. What I want you to do is to scan the QR code. If you haven't been here before, I'm just walking you through the process. So scan the QR code and download the Sentz app. Remember that I said this webinar about product marketing is brought to you by Sentz. Scan the QR code, download the Sentz app, create your Sentz username, send us your Sentz username using the Q&A box. The first 5 people to send us their usernames are going to get, the first 20 people to send us their usernames will get $5 from us. So we're giving away $100 right now during this webinar. So let's get started with that. Now, if you can't scan the QR code, that's fine. You can also go to your App Store or Play Store and download the Sentz app and then continue with the process, just like I've said. I'm already seeing some usernames. I see that a lot of us have been here before, so we already know what we do. Okay, so just continue dropping your usernames. If you're part of the first 20 people, you're going to certainly get $5 from us. Right, so while we're doing that, I'm going to just talk about Sentz. Remember, I said the webinar is brought to us by Sentz. I know a lot of us are here to learn about product marketing and how to be move from beginner to pro, but we also need to understand, who has organized this webinar. Sentz is an app that helps us simplify payments for everyday users. Could you mute your mic, please? Okay, great. So I'm going to give us a brief overview of Sentz. Sentz is a self-custody wallet that enables seamless global payments in stable coins. We call it the global payment app, because it allows you to receive EUSD with your phone number from anywhere in the world. You also, it enables fast cross-border payments in less than 5 seconds. Now, how this works is this: okay, I'm seeing some hands raised. Are we good? Can we all hear me? Okay, I assume if you can hear me, just do a thumbs up so that we know that you can hear me. Thumbs up. All right, cool. All right, just continuing that. I was saying that Sentz is a global payment app, so it enables fast cross-border payments in less than 5 seconds. What that means is that you can get paid today from Europe, from America, anywhere in the world. I mean, apart from a few other places, but anywhere in the world, and you can receive your payment in less than 5 seconds. Very fast and easy. It also offers a fast and secure on and off ramp for local currency and crypto. So you get paid in crypto if you want, or in fiat, so regular currency. And then you can withdraw that money to Naira or withdraw it to crypto, to your crypto wallets as USDT or USDC. Sentz is also committed to financial inclusion and reducing transaction fees for global users. So how this works is it's beautiful. Your client pays you a particular amount of money, and then we charge you less than a fraction of a cent. So whatever your client pays you is what you receive. As a freelancer, which I assume that a lot of us are, for us to join the webinar, we also enable freelancers to send invoices and get paid in USD. How this works is you don't need an external app to create your invoice. You just need to create an invoice using your Sentz app and send to your clients. Your clients can now either pay you by downloading the Sentz app or pay you via web payment. So They click on the invoice, receive the invoice in their email, click on it, send you your payments. Pretty simple and straightforward. They can either pay you via a card or through stablecoin. Finally, Sentz empowers users to send, receive, and manage their funds effortlessly. And right now, we have over 100,000 users globally, and we're available in 180 plus countries in the world. Now, that's just a little bit about Sentz. If you want to know more, if you want to be part of the people who are global freelancers receiving payments and sending payments to anybody anywhere in the world, I'd like you to download the Sentz app now. If you're not part of the first 20 people who have sent their usernames, that's fine. Just hold up until the end. We still have something extra for you. So without further ado, I'm going to be introducing our speaker today. I know that we're all waiting for that. So just running into what our speaker does. Adetola Durojaiye is an accomplished product marketing specialist. He has successfully helped brands drive growth through strategic positioning, customer-centric campaigns, and innovative marketing techniques. With over a decade of experience, he has worked with tech startups and established brands, transforming his passion for marketing into a lucrative career. Adetola is passionate about empowering others to achieve career freedom. Through webinars, mentorships, and practical tips, he has inspired hundreds of professionals to earn more while working from anywhere. Now, Tola's expertise spans leading advertising platforms such as Google Ads, Microsoft Ads, Amazon Marketing Services, Meta Ads, Twitter Ads, LinkedIn Ads. It seems like the list is endless. And with a proven track record of managing multi-billion pound budgets over the past decades, Adetola has ensured that every campaign maximizes ROI and achieves its full potential. So let's all give a round of applause. I know it's virtual, but let's do that. Use the emojis as we introduce Adetola Durojaiye, who's going to be speaking to us today. Hi, Adetola. Welcome.
Hi, everyone. Please give me a minute.
Okay. So let's do something. While we're waiting for Tola to just get started, I want you to just go to Twitter or Instagram, wherever you have friends, and tell them to join this webinar. So if you know anyone who would benefit from learning how to run ads, and trust me, like Tola is going to tell us today, there's a whole lot that you can learn from this. So if you know anyone who would benefit, send them a message, tell them to join right now. This webinar is running for an hour, so they need to join now before it's too late. Now, a few topics, just for people who are wondering what you need to look forward to. Right, Charlie's going to be speaking about the foundational skills that every remote product marketing strategist needs, and this is very interesting and very good for us. A lot of people think that for you to be a product marketing strategist, you need to be working, probably need a 9 to 5, or you can do it as a freelancer. But what are the foundational skills that you need? It would be great for you to learn that here. You're also going to be learning how to build your portfolio and make it stand out. You don't creative. You don't need to be a UX designer to build your portfolio. You can actually build your portfolio with product marketing strategies also. Also learn the most sought after and highly paid skills in product marketing, right? And then you understand, how much a product marketer earns, how much you can earn as a product marketer, and you learn how to start a career in product marketing. This is obviously a whole lot of stuff for you to learn in a free webinar. So I'm very excited. I'm certain that there's a whole lot of stuff I'll be learning, and I'm just, excited for us to get started.
Hi, Dami.
All right, it seems that Tola is, I'm just going to give the floor. Welcome, Tola.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for making our time to attend this webinar, and I hope you find this as useful as possible. I'm just going to get straight into it by sharing my screen. Okay. I believe everyone should be able to see my screen now. Dami, are you able to see my screen? Okay, sounds good. right. So once again, welcome to this webinar. So today I'm going to try to break down product marketing as much as I can. So basically, if you're someone that's looking to start a career in marketing, it would be nice for you to have an understanding of what it entails because it's quite broad. So I'm just going to go straight into it. So in terms of what to expect, I would explain what a product is, what marketing is, and how these two things interface together. And then I will also try to explain the different product lifecycle that we have, types of marketing, the 7 P's of marketing, as well as understanding the markets, the audience, as well as channel. I think this is the part where you guys would find very useful, especially if you are someone that is also trying to learn marketing for your business. So that's the part that you're going to find very interesting. And then I'm also going to explain what a day in the life of a product marketing manager looks like. I'm going to try to go through all of this in as little time as possible, and I hope you find it very useful. So a brief introduction to myself as well as TS Academy. So my name is Adetola Durojaiye. I've been in marketing for just over a decade, since 2012, right from my undergraduate level. And I've had the opportunity to work with tons and tons of companies in different sectors and in different industries. And a brief introduction to TS Academy. We are an academy that trains people that are interested in marketing as well as other things. Um, so what we offer basically is just courses, templates, opportunities, as well as mentorship to guide you in your career path. So the learning outcomes here is for you to understand product marketing at the most basic level, where you have an understanding of what steps you should take next immediately after this webinar and in the next couple of years. You would also get to learn the daily activities of a product marketing manager. You'll understand the different niches that exist and then how to launch your digital marketing career. So before we get started, we're going to be making use of something called Menti. I would like for you guys to scan this QR code or go to the website menti.com and input this code. If you guys can just do this for a few minutes, that would be great. So the QR code is on your screen. You should be able to scan this QR code or use this. So I would like to know where you guys are joining from, which city precisely. Okay, so I can see Lagos, I can see Abuja, I can see Birmingham, Ilupeju, Abuja, Festac. It's very nice to have you guys here. Keep it coming, keep it coming. Okay, so to get into this, I would like to explain what a product is. So a product is any item that you want to sell to a service or a service sometimes to a customer's needs or wants. It can be in different forms. It can be a digital product. It could be a tangible asset. It could be a virtual asset, a physical product. It can be anything basically, as long as it's something that you can sell to another person and they can pay for it. Or if you want to give it for free, it can also be a product, right? So what marketing means then is any action or whatever it is that you do to take this product and try to get someone to buy it, regardless of or whatever channel or whatever means you take. So this is a very, very clear thing. It's basically you taking a product. It could be a phone, it could be gala, it could be anything. So in terms of also explaining the different types of product that exist, there are tons and tons of it, and we'll just mention a few here. So there's digital products, there is physical products, there is a SaaS product. So that's an example here. There's someone raising their hand. Okay. So these are the different types of products that exist. So if you now want to combine these things together, what is product marketing? So product marketing is basically you bringing a product to market and then telling people what this product means, how of use is this to people, how you want to attract them, how you want to retain them as customers as well, and then most importantly, your value proposition. Why should people buy your products? What does it have to offer? How does it benefit their life? Those are things that you would want to ask yourself as a product marketing person, and this is one of the best ways to define what product marketing is. So I mentioned earlier on that there are different types of product, but this is one of the uh, easiest ways to describe it. So we have B2C products and then B2B products. B2C is basically a business to customer product. So it's something that you sell directly to the final consumer. So if you are a makeup artist, for instance, if you are a you sell skincare routine, you sell phones, you sell cars, that is something that you sell directly to a final consumer. So that's what we refer to as B2C. And the reason why this is broken down into different types is because every product has different ways of selling it. So it's very, very important that for you to understand what kind of product you have. The other one here is business to business. So these are products where you're a business and you sell to other businesses. For instance, if you sell a tractor, or if you are a fintech company, or if you are a software provider. And one thing you should also note is that a business can have both business B2C and B2B model, meaning that you can be a business. Let's use MoneyPoint as an example. MoneyPoint is both I hope everyone is familiar with MoneyPoint. MoneyPoint is both a B2C business as well as B2C business because companies work with them, individuals also work with them. So these are like the different types of products that exist and the product that you should be aware of. So apart from being doing marketing for a product, it's very, very important for you to understand what a product life cycle is. So there is a part where you introduce it, there is a growth period, there's the maturity period, there's the decline period. So your understanding of these things would also help you understand what kind of marketing you want to do at each point of this. For instance, if you're just bringing a product into the market, which is the introduction phase, you want to know how to bring the product. Either if it's like a really big company or if like a small business, you need to have like a strategy behind how you introduce it. You also need to have a strategy about how you grow the same product. And then during the maturity stage, you also need to have like a different and specific strategy on how you continue to like grow because maturity product part is where you'd also have people you trying to like retain people. For instance, if you sell a product that you people would typically come back and buy something from, you would want to have a process for this. And then for the decline stage, you would also want to know how you want to do it. This is the part where you sort of sit back and think of how you want to approach things moving forward. If you want to stop your product or introduce like a new thing. So this next slide here basically explains everything that I've mentioned. So in order not to spend too much time on this, I'll just go to the next slide. So yeah, to the types of marketing, there is traditional marketing and then there is digital marketing. Traditional marketing has always been the way to promote products as far back as centuries ago, right? Up until the introduction of different digital channels, which is what is now known as digital marketing. So before digital marketing, brands and companies were reliant on like traditional means of doing things. And I would give example of what this looks like for these two different examples. So for traditional marketing, we have things like radio, we have your regular TV, billboards, flyers, newspapers, magazine, word of mouth, events, and activation. Then digital marketing is the things that a lot of you will be familiar with, which is your social media, your influencer marketing, emails, search engine optimization, search engine marketing, webinars like this as well, blogs, so many other things. There's tons and tons of things you can do with digital marketing. So the other thing you might want to take note of is that if you are a product marketing person and you've been asked to come up with a marketing strategy and you're trying to choose channel, it is very, very important for you to always write down the cons and pros, right? For instance, if you wanted to advertise something on TV versus on YouTube, on TV, you cannot track how many people are watching, right? That's one of the cons of using traditional marketing. It's very hard to track. While for digital, there's always analytics for everything. Even for your regular Instagram, you can already see how many people are viewing your profile, right? So those are one of the beautiful things about digital marketing, and why digital marketing has more advantage in terms of tracking and analytics. So now the 7 P's of marketing are things that you would want to have at the back of your mind every time you're thinking of a product, right? Or a marketing strategy. So there's it used to be 4 P's in the past, but it's so many philosophers or marketing people have sort of like changed it to 7 P's of marketing. So we have products, we have price, we have place, promotion, people, process, and physical evidence. So product is basically what I've explained earlier on. It's very important. The next one is price, because your pricing strategy informs a lot of things. It informs how you want to uh, position your product. It informs who you want to sell to, because there are expensive products, cheap products. Price matters a lot. Then place also matters, because for different type of business, you want to make sure that you're in the right place, because you can't possibly have product that sell for hundreds of millions and put it in a very rural area. You're not going to sell anything. Then promotion is basically marketing in another word. People is basically people that are involved, the stakeholders, the customers, the employees, every single stakeholder in terms of human element in your business. And then process. Process is basically how you're going to get your product to people, how you're going to ensure everything goes smoothly, because all of these things, you can't take one out for the other. If one goes wrong, every other thing will likely go wrong. Then physical evidence is basically having like a physical entity for your brand, which is not very common these days because a lot of people operate online business. So, but yeah, it's still important to have like a physical evidence of your product. So those are the 7 P's of marketing, and I would implore you to try to do more research about these things and learn more about it on your own if you are just starting marketing. Now, so that's to the interesting part, which is understanding the marketing. So, one of the go-tos for most marketing people, including myself, when it comes to like developing a strategy, is basically 3 things. Right, the first one is the audience. Who am I trying to market to? Who are my audience? What do they do? So many things about my audience. I try to like learn them, and I would show you examples here, and would also try to practice an example together. So the next thing here is channel. Like I mentioned earlier, we have digital marketing, we have um, traditional marketing. On each of these marketing types, there's like several channels that you want to employ to target. So channel also matters, because you want to make sure that you are selling your product on the right channel. Then the next thing here is competitors. This one is I think is an hack. Is a hack to for you to create a strategy, because if you're creating a product or a marketing strategy for a product that already exists, it's very easy for you to scale from learning what your competitor is doing. So if you're creating a skincare brand, you can just check what your competitors are doing and see how you can improve on what they are doing and create your marketing strategy. So if we're going to just deep dive into them a little bit right now. So in terms of understanding your audience, you want to understand a number of things, and we're going to use an example in a few minutes. So the next first thing is the demography. Where are they located? Where do they live? Their geography, their their behaviors, basically. What do they value? What do they need? Their psychography, as well as the life cycle stage. I would deep dive into that right now. So I'm going to use this as an example. So this is Amaka, right? And I would like you guys to like pay attention to this, is because the more you understand your audience, the easier it is for you to like market to them. So this is a buyer persona that I created for someone who likes makeup. So let's take a makeup business, for instance. You own a makeup business and you're trying to create a marketing strategy. You want to understand what your customer looks like. So the first thing here is demography. So this is Amaka. She's 25. She's based in Lagos. She's a social media influencer. She earns between 120 to 250K every month. All this information are important because it would also inform how you create your pricing strategy, or how you or market your pricing to people because you already have an idea of how much they earn, right? You want to make things look cheap to them or make it look expensive to them because some people also buy things because it's expensive. The next thing here is psychography and personality traits. So Amaka is someone that's vibrant, she's ambitious, she's trendy, she likes attention to detail, and she doesn't like to be disappointed. Her lifestyle is basically she attends weddings, OMBs, fashion events, influencer meetups. She's very active on Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat. So all of these things are things that should register in your head because you want to know where you can find Amaka. For instance, as a makeup artist, you might want to even attend more OMBs to try to attract people like Amaka because Amaka would be jealous if she saw a better makeup than her own at a wedding and would want to engage you, right? So some of Amaka's hobbies is basically watching tutorials from Nigerian beauty influencer, participating in TikTok challenges, and then shopping for local and international beauty places at places like Ikeja City Mall, if you're familiar with that. The other thing here is Amaka's pain point, right? So Amaka's pain point is basically finding a reliable makeup artist that can appear, out of nowhere during wedding peak season. You understanding this would also help you understand how you want to position yourself on, or where you want to position yourself at certain times, right? She struggles with regular quality that you'd expect from like low quality makeup artists. She always wants makeup to last all day because Lagos is very hot and the climate condition in Lagos is also terrible. So she wants a quality makeup that can last all day. Our primary goal basically is to look stunning for social. Everybody wants to look good. Every single person. Maybe just a few people don't want to look good, right? What are the things that motivate Amaka? She likes soft glam, traditional glam. She also wants to appeal to people. She wants a brand to appeal to people, and having really good makeup would help her with that. So Amaka's shopping habit is also searching for makeup artists on Instagram, reading reviews, and then she prefers a makeup artist who showcases a mix of natural and bold looks. These are basically things that would influence Amaka in making a buying decision. With all of this information that I've presented to you, I would like to ask you guys a question, right? And I would want you to go back to the slide, sorry, the QR code here, and answer the next question that you would find on your screen. So, if you wanted to market a makeup artist, based on everything I've said, which channel would you guys make use of? So I'll just give you guys a few minutes to answer this. So you can scan the QR code on your screen or go to menti.com and input this code. Okay, this is interesting. Let's see what channel is going to win. YouTube. Interesting. That is very, very interesting. Okay, keep it coming, please. Oh, Facebook is picking up. TikTok. Okay, I'm very curious to people who picked Twitter. Well, Twitter can also be relevant to what you're trying to sell, but this is a good one. So, back to the presentation. So, what this exercise is basically trying to show you is that even if you're just starting your career in marketing, you already have like a basic foundation or knowledge of marketing because if you already have, I mean, majority of you here picked Instagram, which makes a lot of sense because that's where you find a lot of makeup pictures, a lot of pictures or products about makeup as well, which makes sense for you to pick it as your number one channel. It was followed by TikTok, which is also a good place to sell and market your product as a makeup artist, right? And YouTube is also a good one. So you guys have picked really, really good options, and it explains that you guys have a good knowledge of where you would want to put your products, right? So that's a good one. Um, so now this is how me I have prioritized my own. Please permit my knowledge on makeup, but I think these six channels, channels that you would want to explore as a makeup artist or someone who sells makeup products. So what you will want to do is basically, go on TikTok, put your product out there, try and join challenges, create Instagram posts or run Instagram ads, basically. So these are things that you want to do, and these are things that these are places where you'd also find Amaka. So what this channel basically represents is showing the channel that Amaka uses on a daily basis and where you can get her. Now, when it comes to like creating a buyer persona, there are different types of customers. So when you are creating a persona, don't create just one, because Amaka is just one person, right? There might be someone who wants makeup that doesn't use any of these things too, right? So you would want to make sure that you are very objective in terms of selecting a channel that you market your product. So please have that at the back of your mind when it comes to building a persona and when it comes to selecting a channel for where to market your product or where to market for a company. And so if we're going to use examples, this persona to guide how you create a product marketing strategy for bigger companies, it's basically the same thing too. You would want to understand who would want to use Piggyvest, who would want to use Money Points, who would want to use Spotify, where do they post, where do they use, or where can you find them, right? So these are things that would inform your marketing strategy. Thank you for taking time to answer those questions. Now, in terms of channels, once you've understand your customers and where you can find them, right, it would also be relevant for you to understand what are these channels about? How can you leverage them? Right? We've all agreed based on the poll here that Instagram is a good place to reach Amaka. You want to think around what kind of content do I want to create to attract Amaka? What kind of content would make Amaka pay over the top for my makeup? What kind of messaging do I want to put out there to attract more people like Amaka? So these are things you would want to do and research about and do a lot of testing too. By the way, marketing requires a lot of testing, and maybe if you are interested in learning more about that, we can. I would share somewhere to join subsequent classes that we have at TS Academy. The next question here that I would like you guys to also answer is, what marketing channel do you guys interact with most? What channel do you use most on a daily basis? Please scan the QR code or go to the website and you'd find the questions. I would like to know what channel you guys use, and I would like to also make a point based on whatever answer that we see from here. I would give a few minutes to also answer this. So many Twitter people. Of course, everyone uses WhatsApp. I'm surprised we have more people using Instagram than WhatsApp. That's interesting. TikTok rise. Okay. So the point I wanted to bring out in this slide here is that when you're creating a marketing strategy, you need to not let your personal buyers make a decision for you. What I mean by this is that if you're someone that uses Instagram, right, a lot, and you think any product has to sell on Instagram, you need to change that mindset. You need to be more objective and more receptive to other channels. For instance, I'm not someone that uses TikTok, right? I use mostly Twitter as well as Instagram. But if I'm creating a marketing strategy, I think of all channels. I have created a strategy that revolves around LinkedIn. I have created strategy that revolves around Zinc. Zinc is a social network in Germany where it's like the equivalent of LinkedIn, and there are more Zinc users in Germany than there are more users on LinkedIn. So, and personally, I don't use Zinc because I obviously don't speak German. But when I'm creating a marketing strategy, I think around where I can find my customers. And I can also be very petty with that because if I'm going to find my customers offline, then I'm going to go offline. So you need to be very, very receptive to where and when can you find your customers, and make sure that you create a strategy that aligns to where you can find your customers rather than where you like. So now, the next thing here is understanding competitors. So, when it comes to creating a marketing plan, I mentioned earlier on that understanding your competitors is one of the easiest ways to create a marketing plan because, except you're like a really, really new brand, which is very unlikely because most product already have existing competitors. So if you are bringing a new piggy vest, there's already piggy vest, there's Cowrywise, there is Fair Money, there is Sentz, there's so many wallets, places where you can keep your money. So you want to just check what is piggy vest doing, what is Cowrywise doing. Can we do it? Can we do it better than them? So that's a very, very good way to go. And to be honest, it works like magic because it's basically saying what your competitor is doing and what you can do better. So if your competitor signs Whiskey, maybe you want to sign the video, right? But at the same time, make sure you do your research because you are not just competing because someone signed the video and you want to sign Biscuit. So you make decision based on insight, based on your strategy, based on if someone like Amakatsu would also like the video, right? So if we're to make a persona for something else like a bigger company now, you'd also want to think of what celebrities does your audience like, right? So what celebrities are your competitors also partnering with? So thinking just around your audience, what your competitor is doing, what matters to your product, what matters to your audience, it will take you a very, very long way. So if I were to break this down into the different things here now, let's take market position for as an example. So if you're bringing a new product, you need to highlight where you are, right? If you're bringing a skincare product, for instance, you have to understand that they are like bigger skincare products and bigger skincare brand that you are obviously competing with. So you need to make sure that you find a way to compete with the smaller one first, and then you eventually and ultimately scale. Strength is also what does your product offer, what does your brand offer that others cannot. Then in terms of weaknesses, you also want to think around what do you lack. Sometimes it could be money because if you're competing in a market where your competitor can outspend you, it's very, very tough to compete. So these are things that you want to take note of and think of how to work around them. So let's talk about a day in the life of a product marketing manager. So the typical product manager, they are always doing research. I personally do research a lot. I'm always I don't post a lot on some social media, but I'm always active there because I want to know what is going on. I want to know what is trending. I want to know which influencer is a red flag, which one is a green flag. I want to know what people are tweeting about, what people want to hear, what matches people are watching, what music people are listening. I want to know everything because all of these things inform my decision and planning as well. So the next one is planning. So planning is based off research, right? You've researched what people like, what people want. Then you can say, okay, I'm going to create a strategy for this social network. I'm going to create a plan to launch in this different parts. And then the next one is product launch. So product launch is after you've made a very good research and you've made really good planning, and then you proceed to your product launch. And then what you have then is post-launch analysis. So you want to know, is it a success? Is it a failure? What do you want to do better? And how can you improve, basically? So that's what the typical life looks like. But in terms of channels, I'm always optimizing ads for different brands because most brands that I've worked with or work with spends um, an average of thousands of dollars every day. So I always have to make sure that we're not spending on the wrong things. So that's one of the things I do. I also always create new automations to just sort of like make my life easier. And I would explain why I need automations a lot in subsequent slides. So I have a question for you guys, which should probably be the last one. So just go on Menti again and answer this question. I'll give you guys what to okay. A few seconds. Okay, so what I have here is data focused research. So I like that. happy that you guys understand how important a strategy is, a research is. Okay. So one thing that I wanted to explain now is product marketing before and product marketing now. So in the past, if you looked at a product marketing strategist CV, these are the things that you'd find. You'd find, oh, I'm good in digital marketing, I'm good in web design, I'm good in writing, I'm good with blogging, training, I have excellent communication skills, I'm good with Microsoft Office. I have good client service and customer relationship management, project management, collaborative skills. Those are the things that you would find in the past, or even in my CV in the past, right? But product marketing has evolved so much, and the next slide would show you what it looks like now. So this is what CVs look like in these days, and you might want to take note of this for the future. Things that you need to learn and things you need to learn to scale, either fast or slow, depending on how you want to pace yourself. So if you're a product marketing manager or you're trying to start your career in product marketing, these are some of the things that you would need to have knowledge in. I understand it is a lot, but you can start small, right? You can't learn all of these things in 1 year or in a few months. It takes time. What you want to do is just research which one aligns with where you want to grow to, right? And I would also explain more on how to do that in subsequent slide. But yeah, you want to have an idea on how to use CRMs. There are tons of CRMs, Salesforce, Pipedrive, HubSpot. You also want to understand automations, the regular Google ads, uh, digital marketing, partnership management, budget management, Google tools, Google like Google Tag Manager, Google Analytics, all of these things you want to understand, have the foundational knowledge or general knowledge of these things, and find a way to scale. So, in terms of marketing, these are some of like very juicy roles that you can aim for in the future. So, what I would typically and always advise people is if you are going for if you're going into marketing for money or for growth, whichever the reason may be, it's fine. What you want to do is search for these roles and search for what and how to grow in these roles. So, for instance, a couple of years ago, I searched for what's the highest paying role. So I was in it for money ish, yeah. So I searched for the highest paying marketing role. It was PPC director, right? And a PPC director earns like nearly £200,000. And what I did basically was try to see how I can grow into it. I'm not a PPC director yet, but obviously I've made some progress with my career. So what I did was just learn some of the things in stages, right? I went from being a content person to a marketing person, a digital marketing manager, a marketing director, a PPC manager, as well as head of marketing. So you want to like grow small and start from somewhere. Typically, social media coordinator or social media manager is a very good way to go. And then subsequently, you try to acquire some of the skills that I mentioned there. And when you apply for jobs, you tend to see some of their requirements, and you try to it will be advisable for you to try to like upskill to this things that is there. So yeah, typically, if you want to apply for any of these jobs, each of these jobs have their requirements, which is why I said you don't need to learn every single one of them at once, right? So if you're trying to be a marketing manager, for instance, you probably just need to learn basic digital marketing, which is your social media, Google Ads. You also want to have an idea of video production, not you doing it, but having an idea on how to create a concept to give over to a video producer, right? Content creation. You also want to understand influencer marketing. You don't need to be an influencer, but you need to understand what kind of influencers fit for your companies or for your brands or for yourself as well. So you need to understand PR as well. So typically when you want to apply for any of these jobs, these are like the basic things that you need to have an idea of. And the good thing about product marketing is that the more you learn, the more you're able to learn, the more you're able to scale quickly. So for instance, myself as a person, um every single role that is listed on this slide, I've worked there before. So meaning that I understand and I have an idea on how to do every single skill here. So it's taking a number of years, but you too can get to this point at some point in your life, depending on how much interest you have in marketing. But marketing is very interesting. Um, so yeah, I would like to know what your ideal role in product marketing will be in the next couple of years, what you're aiming to be, and we can start some conversations from there. So yeah, to begin your career in marketing, you want to choose a niche rather. And when I say niche, it means that you're trying to choose a role. Do you want to be a marketing manager? Do you want to be a PPC manager? Do you want to be a social media manager or an SEO specialist or a CRM specialist? You need to try to pick one or pick a few, depending on how capable you are or how much time you have, and then try to develop your skill. Right? Try to earn um, free certifications, paid ones if you can. And if you are up for it, we are having a free boot camp for the next 6-7 weeks, and it's free. It's paid for, but you don't have to pay for it. Someone else has paid for you. If you are interested, please feel free to connect on LinkedIn or Instagram. Then the next thing here is don't stop learning. Like I showed you in previous slide, what marketing looked like a few years ago versus now are two different things. So if you are someone that you stuck with the previous CV that I had, you'll probably still be working as a social media manager while your mates are growing ahead. So you always want to keep learning and try to find out things that you need to do. For instance, there's some parts of marketing where you have to like write a line of code, right? And it doesn't mean you're a developer, but it's just what marketing is evolving into, and they're not very complex code. And sometimes there are like no code tools that you can also make use of. The other thing here is you want to build your portfolio. You want to try to make sure that you have like a really good and attractive portfolio that you can show to people, or a really good CV as well. Find a mentor if you can. I'm not able to grant mentorship right now because of my schedule, but I have a Telegram group of around 800 plus people, which you can join. And I try to always drop links and things that you can learn, and also free classes like I mentioned earlier on. You can also leverage on platforms like Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter to connect with other people that are equally interested, or to also put out your work. So also try to expand your network. Once again, keep learning. And if you have the opportunity, try to learn, try to apply for internships. They're quite hard because I know a lot of people are always saying, oh, what experience do you have? Which, to be honest, is quite unfair, because if everyone is asking you for experience, where then do you get the experience for? It's very tough, but still try to give it your best. And to give you an understanding of how much you can earn with product marketing, because I mean, some of you might be in it for money, which is a very valid reason. So this is an idea of what you can earn in certain countries, including the US, Nigeria, and the UK. So what next? You can connect with me on LinkedIn. You can follow TS Academy on social media. We are currently starting a bootcamp, which is free, like I said, and not so free because someone else has already paid for you. So, and register for our upcoming classes. And yeah, I think right on time. And if anyone has questions, I would be in the comment section and I'll take the questions one after the other. And I hope you guys have found this as useful as possible. Thank you very much. Hi, Dami. You're on mute.
All right. So if you have any questions, like Tola said, please just put it in the comment section, and then you'll be responded to. Also, for you to just learn more about what we do at Sentz, we have a Telegram group. Somebody's going to be in the comment section putting the link of the Telegram group for you to join. And it's really interesting that there's a lot that you can learn from that. There's a lot you can learn, join other Sentz webinars, learn more about just, getting started in your career as a freelancer, and also be part of the any giveaway that we might have for you. So please join that link. Now, while you're doing that, I remember that I mentioned that if you waited till the end, you are going to get something extra from us. So I'm going to share my screen now and tell you what you're getting. Okay, so if you can see my screen, I hope you can see my screen. You see that you stand a chance to win $10 right now if you download Sentz. So if you don't have the Sentz app, quickly scan the QR code and download Sentz. If you cannot scan the QR code for one reason or the other, go to your App Store or Play Store, look for Sentz, Sentz, and then download the app, create your username, send the username using the Q&A box, and we're going to choose 10 people at random to get $10. If you have joined our Sentz webinars before, then you know one person or the other who has won this. If you want to win, you can do the same. Now, while you're doing that, remember that even if the QR code is not on the screen, you can still download. You can still go to your App Store or Play Store to download the app, and then send your username. So while you're doing that, I'm going to quickly tell us what Sentz is about. This webinar is brought to us by Sentz, and it's called the Sentz webinar series, and will just really help freelancers, content creators to get started in their careers. Tola has talked about getting started as a product marketer. We've had a few that have talked about different other things. Now, but what is Sentz exactly? Who is Sentz, and why are we doing this? Now, Sentz is a self-custody wallet that enables seamless global payments in stablecoins. So no matter where you are in the world, no matter where your client is in the world, they can send you money through your Sentz wallet. All you need to do is to download the Sentz app, send them an invoice, send them your username, send them your email, your phone number, and then they can send you money. Sentz enables you to send and receive EUSD with just your phone number. They have fast cross-border payments. You actually receive your payments from your clients in less than 5 seconds. So no more waiting for 24 hours, 72 hours, days, weeks for you to receive payments from clients abroad. You can receive payments in the snap of a finger. Actually, another thing a question that we have been asked is that it sends only for freelancers. Even if you're not a freelancer, if you have friends abroad who want to send you money, or you have family abroad that you want to send money, you can also use Sentz. It's pretty straightforward. One great thing about Sentz is that you withdraw you receive payments in EUSD, which is Sentz stable coin, or in crypto. So if your client prefers to send you USDT or USDC, you can accept it on Sentz and withdraw that money to your Naira wallet. Simple and easy. So there's an on and off ramp for local currency and for crypto. And there's a whole lot that you can do with Sentz as a freelancer. So if you're thinking of starting a career in product marketing just with everything that Tola has said, just remember that you have an app that is your partner in ensuring that you can receive global payments with ease. So as a freelancer, you can send invoice to clients and then get paid in USD. You can send, receive, and manage your funds effortlessly. And Sentz is trusted by over 100,000 global users in the world. So you can be certain that your money is in safe hands. So now that we've shared what Sentz is, remember that you need to download the app. Just go through the app, see everything that you can get from there. Remember that we also have the Telegram link in the comment section so that you can join. You get the recording of this webinar in the Telegram group, and then also follow Sentz on Instagram. So you're looking at SentzApp_NG, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And if you have sent your username, we're going to pick 10 people at random and give them $10. Thank you so much for joining us today. All right, so now we've come to the end of this webinar. Thank you all very much for joining us. We'd like to see you again. Our next webinar holds next week, Saturday, the 14th. You get more details of that on our social media pages or on Telegram. Thank you so much for joining. Bye.